Jaxten, so I just wanted to share with you this super quick and insanely easy banana bread recipe. And I'll include the link below to the recipe because I hate nothing more than watching a recipe video and seeing no recipe. So I think I saw this, I don't remember in whose vlog I saw this in, and I couldn't find the actual recipe, and I was like doing a rendition of what I could, you know, freeze the screen at. And anyways, it's a great recipe. So it's super easy and simple. There's like no ingredients, which is the easy and simple part. So here it is. Oh, sorry, it's hard to see. I finally got a computer to work in my home, and I'm ecstatic. Anyways, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm doubling the batch as well because well, because I like banana bread a lot. So first thing I'm going to do is get my butter and sugar all together. So I'm going to preheat my oven. So while I've got some time there, I'm going to be blending my butter and sugar. So I've got 1 cup of butter to, or the original recipe calls for half a cup of butter to 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. So I haven't got this whole mixer thing down pat just yet, but I'm just going to add in the sugar slowly. I do love this mixer though. Even though I just have like the base model version, I still love it. It's still my baby. I just need one of those like those splash guard things. I definitely need one of those. Because making a cake with this, oh my lord, can get messy. Make sure that is all blended really well. So I'm going to be adding my 4 eggs because I'm doubling the recipe. I've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and then also some bananas, and I'm going to actually be adding double that amount there. Alrighty, so I added in my extra bananas and I'm going to mix these guys up. You see how it's getting so close to the edges here? Like just insane. So I'm just going to make sure that's well blended. And I am getting out my other bowl here so that I can do all the dry ingredients now. So just to recap, we've got butter, sugar, vanilla, eggs, and my mushed bananas, which I think there's probably at least 8 of them. And the recipe calls for, I think, 2 1/4 cups of bananas for the non-doubled recipe. So 4 1/2 cups, or she just said she used about 4 bananas. This is looking really runny, but we'll see how she goes. So I've got my 4 cups of flour, which is the recipe doubled because the recipe calls for 2 cups. I have 2 teaspoons of baking soda here, and I always have to double check that it's soda, not baking powder, and then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon as well, and that's like 2 heaping teaspoons because I'm a cinnamon addict, and then the 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and also I don't have, it calls for nutmeg, but I don't know how I don't have any nutmeg, which is odd, but I apparently don't have any, so that's just fine. I'm getting a little bit worried about how full that bowl is there, but we'll manage. We'll just be stirring very slowly. Maybe I shouldn't have doubled the recipe. Who knows? Anyway, so that's combined. It's going to be the tricky part of combining these 2 together. So, on a very low speed, which isn't low enough for my preference, I'm just going to... Ooh! I might have to do this by hand, but let's see how she goes. I'm just going to add like teeny tiny bits at a time and hopefully not get too many casualties here. So at this point, I would highly suggest tasting the batter and then giving yourself one huge pat on the back for choosing the most kick-ass recipe ever, because seriously, it's freaking delicious. I just can't even go over it. Anyhow, so I've got all my little guys here loaded up, and then I'm just mixing in some chocolate chips with this one because, I don't know, I just really like my chocolate chips, and it's nice to have, you know, a variety, because I'm making these, sorry, that was really rude, I had my mouth full, I was just, you know, tasting some delicious batter. These are going to be just to have on hand. We've got like a bunch of company coming for my sister's wedding, so there's going to be constantly people coming over for tea and just for coffee and whatever chit chat time. So I want to make sure I have like array of pastries. Every time that somebody comes over, I can bust out like 3 or 4 different kinds. And same with my mom and my sister. We all want to make sure we're all prepared. So we're all just doing a little bit of baking, and then we're going to share it with each other so we can each have, you know, some selection. And it'll be nice to feel, you know, prepared and have lots of snacks and whatnot on hand so we can all, you know, gain 10 pounds in a weekend or something like that. So I've got my little guys mixed in there, and I'm going to pop these in the oven. And usually the little dudes, like the mini ones, go, you know, faster. And this one is on the, you know, more heaping end of 45 minutes. That one's more the 40 to, 35 to 40 minutes. And I got that at a like Winners type store, Winners Home Sets kind of thing. I think it's kind of like a Ross, for $10, and it's the Lagacina. So I thought that was a pretty good deal there. So yeah, I'm just going to set the timer and then smell the deliciousness and wait for my creations to pop out, because I am so going to be enjoying one of these after I do my Gabby workout for the night. Even though it's kind of against Gabby rules, but I mean, come on, a slice? I don't know. Okay, so I nearly forgot the most important step. That is the only thing that makes my sister's banana bread just a little bit better than mine, so I told myself last time I was so not going to forget it. Just put a little bit of brown sugar on the tops of your banana bread, and it like caramelizes so beautifully. This is obviously no secret, but I always seem to forget, so I'm doing it this time. So I'm going to have some, you know, kick-ass banana bread. And because I'm doing it with one hand, I won't be able to do all of them, but that's okay, because I wouldn't mind being able to give Jax a small slice of one of them, because he's never had banana bread before, so I don't want to, you know, contaminate them all with so much sugar. But anyways, there we go. That is done. But they are rising beautifully, so we're only about 15 minutes in, and I'm going to go watch a thunderstorm while these bad boys bake away. Alright, so there's still 4 minutes left on the clock. However, I pulled these out and did a quick little test, and they came out perfect. So I just took the biggest one and inserted a knife, because I'm not cool enough to own toothpicks. Sorry, I just thought I heard Jax. And it came out perfectly clean. So these guys are ready, and I am so excited. When you're as impatient as me, you just can't wait. And then it all crumbles like this because it's way too hot to cut, but I don't really care because it all tastes the same, right? It all goes to the exact same place. I'm just so excited because it smells so delicious in here, and it's been 45 minutes since I tasted that beautiful batter. But it really is as good as it smells. Seriously, it is as good as it smells. I might have added one more banana. I had one banana where I was like, do I put it in? Do I not? And I was like, nope, I'm going to leave it out. It looks like it's got tons of moisture. One more banana would have been following the recipe perfectly and would have been perfect. So, who knew? Anyhow, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll show you guys what the big one looks like, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. So I will include the link in the description below along with the recipe, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you soon, and happy Veda. Now, this one right here, I think it's gonna need a little bit more time. It's only been, you know, almost 45 minutes, so this will probably need another 15 to 20 minutes. Definitely still goopy, but it looks delicious. So I'm going to leave that in. I'm probably gonna check it in about 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I indulge in one of these little beauties. So this is our done loaf, or my done loaf, I don't know. I think it looks perfect. It is nice, it's a good size, it's got that beautiful caramelized, it's a little bit late, it's like 1 a.m. So yeah, caramelized layer on the top. It took about 72 minutes total, and that is the one imperfection. When I was trying to cut it around the edges, it kind of sliced it, but we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. So yes, about 72 to 75 minutes total, and it is cooked all the way through. I probably could have left it at 69 to 70 minutes, Sounds stupidly specific, but really those extra like 4 or 5 minutes, I believe, made it a little bit drier than I normally would have liked. But it's still delicious, I'm sure, and a little bit more moist than these little guys. So I'm gonna bring these to work tomorrow, and then these I'm gonna freeze and be able to just pull out and thaw whenever needed, because the wedding's not for another like 20 days or 19 days or something insanely soon like that. So yeah, that is our banana loaf recipe. I hope to have tons more loaf recipes coming up because, like I said, I'm probably going to need about 50 to 60 of these little guys and probably 10 to 15 of these before the wedding. So I'm going to get my bake on. Talk to you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!